everyone, welcome back to On the Fly. Today we're taking a look at part 28 of our Cycling Seattle series, the topic being the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks finished the regular season with a 23-29-4 record, placing them 7th in the North Division. Overall, the Canucks are a team that, despite them being a contender, most people did think that they'd be pushing for that playoff spot in the last season, could not put it together, were hit by COVID pretty tough, and because of that, did not make the playoffs, obviously finishing 7th in the division, which was last because the North only had 7 teams. Overall, their expansion draft strategy will protect their young guys. They are an up-and-coming team still, and because of this, many of their top players are still exempt from the draft, like Quinn Hughes and some others, but overall, their expansion draft strategy will protect their kind of star guys as well as their younger guys coming up through the system. Now that we know about the team, let's look at the players. Starting with the forwards, Louis Eriksson, Brock Besser, Bo Horvat, JT Miller, Tanner Pearson, Jay Beagle, Antoine Roussel, Jake Virtanen, Tyler Mott, Zach McEwen, and Matthew Heimer are all the players who meet the 2 forward exposed requirement. Elias Pettersson, Cole Lind, Lucas Jacek, Petrus Palu, Jace Howerlick are all RFAs, and Jonah Gadjevic did not meet the game's play requirement. Moving on to the defense, Tyler Myers, Nate Schmidt, and Madison Bowie are all the defense meet the 1D exposed requirement. Olli Juolevi is an RFA, as well as Gulian Brisbois. They're both RFAs. Finally, the goalies, Thatcher Demko and Braden Holtby are both the goalies that the Canucks must choose between for the expansion draft, as they're both eligible for it, and both of them meet the 1 goalie exposed requirement. Now that we know what the players, let's start protecting them. Starting with the forwards. The easy 2 selections for this one will be Elias Pettersson and Brock Besser. In terms of the forwards, overall these are probably their 2 best forwards on their team, with a lot of potential as well. So overall these 2 players will be protected. Moving on down the list, Bo Horvat and JT Miller, first line guys. As a contending team, they still need to protect some of their better guys. Because of this, Miller and Horvat will be protected. Next up, Tanner Pearson. I believe this guy will also be protected, as he's another one of their top forwards. Top 6 guy, can't steer you wrong, especially when you're a contending team. Moving on down the list, I think Tyler Mott will be the last the forwards to meet the 2 forward exposed requirement, mainly because he, I believe, has the potential to become a better top guy, maybe a top 3 at some point, but definitely going to be a top 6 guy throughout his lifetime. And then finally, the first prospect of the list is Jonah Gadjevic. Overall, he is a prospect coming up. Played 1 game in the NHL this year, mostly in the AHL though. But overall, he will be a top guy to look for over the next probably 5 to 10 years. Once he develops, he'll be in that starting lineup pretty much every night. And because of that, he will be protected. Moving on to the defense, Tyler Myers and Nate Schmidt, 1 and 2 on their, 3 and 4, or 2 and 3 if you include Quinn Hughes, but the top 2 defensemen that are eligible for the draft, they will be protected. And then Olli Juolevi, mainly just because you don't want to protect Bowie in this, so then you don't have to sign another guy, especially with the clock ticking. No need to get into a bad contract where you don't have to. Finally, the goalies, I believe Thatcher Demko over Braden Holtby. Demko's younger, better, and more skilled, and because of this, he'll be protected. He also has more potential over the Holtby, and because of this, he will be protected. Now at Seattle, so the 3 most important players the Kraken will take a look at will be Cole Lind, Matthew Highmore, and Braden Holtby. Overall, these players do have their ups and downs. Holtby does provide that veteran leadership. He's won a cup. He's a goalie that really kind of acts as kind of like that flurry pick with the Vegas Golden Knights in their expansion draft. For Matthew Highmore, he's played in the NHL. He is a really quality player, young as well, so he does provide you that potential that the Kraken are looking for in a young guy with potential. And the same with Cole Lind, sort of that more prospect, borderline guy that could develop into a top player. But overall, I think the obvious pick is Braden Holtby. I know most Vancouver fans laugh at this, saying that he's terrible, but you've seen it with Pittsburgh. They let go of Fleury. Fleury had a terrible year, and because of this, they went with, at that point it was Murray. And because of that, I think Holtby will be the pick for this. Overall, he will be that Fleury type player. He might go on a run, he might not. I know that the Kraken won't be necessarily a top team coming out of the gate, but overall, Holtby does provide that kind of veteran leadership that the younger guys on the team, as they are a rebuilding team, will be looking for. So with that, Braden Holtby will be Seattle's second goalie. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. If you liked it, drop a like. If you really liked it, consider subscribing, tell all your friends about it, and leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree with me. Until next time, see ya.